Okay, here's what's coming today. Awesome pocket cooker stove I got from Low Buck Prepper, good friend, and a turkey. We'll see how this turns out. Alright, here you go, Low Buck. Here's me cooking on your little pocket cooker stove you sent me. I got it right down here. You can see the water dripping off the top here. I'll explain that in a minute. I know it's hard to see, but your little pocket cooker's right there. There's inside a little side door. I'll get a flashlight later. But this is inside the pocket cooker. As I back out, you can see the smoke coming off here. Just built a teepee. A whole bunch of wood. Hung a sheet on top of the teepee. You can see all the smoke coming out right there. Small vent on top for the smoke to come out. I'll cover this for a second. Just put this on about 10-15 minutes ago. There you go. Cooking / smoking a turkey. Hopefully the legs don't fall off. I might have to re-secure it, because as it cooks it's going to want to rip away because the breast is so heavy. There you go. A bad little stove you gave me. Do another video here in a minute. I lost all my heat. See how well my little teepee smoker works when I'm done in about 6 hours. Anyway, should work out. Smoke rises. So smoke should be rising under there and actually reaching the turkey and smoking the turkey. And I got the flame directly underneath for now. Surely I'll have to move it away here in a minute because it'll probably get too hot. And I'm smoking it on low heat. So looking inside here, there's my bird right there on top. Move this out of the way here. Because the breast is so heavy, it's hanging a little low from the legs. But it's working. Looks like it's going to have to be on about 6 hours. I'll give you an update in a minute. Or at least closer to done anyway. But this little stove is definitely working. And I got my little tree stump right here, where I got all my little stuff stored. My cigarettes and stuff, you know, all my bad habits. I just want to say to all you people who thought I was smoking crack when I said I would smoke me a turkey or cook me a turkey, whatever, on this little stove. We're going to see how tough it is today, because this will have the stove on for a total of 6 hours straight without melting. Right now some of the coating is coming off on the paint, but I assumed that would happen as time goes on. Surely any paint that's on there is going to start flaking and falling apart. But I saw Low Buck's and his looked pretty beat up, but it worked flawlessly, so I really don't care how it looks as long as it works well. And that's the only problem I have, is that the heat stays hot, but the fire dies down, so you got to keep the wood stoked in this thing pretty good, because if you don't, and the fire goes out. So I'd probably recommend just using a campfire style heat source onto this little teepee. But this is definitely working. And to all you people who thought I was smoking crack by trying to cook a turkey on this little tiny pocket stove, yeah, I'll show you who's smoking crack here when it's done. In about, oh, I don't know, 3 more hours or so. Yeah, it's a little bit of work to keep this thing fed, but it's more of an endurance test for this little stove to see if you can hold constant high heat for 6 hours straight, and to see if it will, wherever it is, somewhere up there, smoke this turkey completely. And it might look a little dark, but it's not. It's actually cooking Right on task, actually, for being on for about 2 hours. And that bug got lucky right there. He's not going to get turned on fire unless he comes another piece of wood. So the fire's out again. Yeah, the only problem with this little stove that I got, which works flawlessly by the way, is the fire from time to time does go out, especially when you go and do, run and do chores. Here's a turkey. It's looking excellent. Of course, better on the bottom than it is on the top. It's a little more well done. But this is the turkey, and I got about 2 more hours to go, and it'll be completely done. I might flip it around the opposite direction. This is getting a lot of, it looks burnt, but it's not too burnt. It's just nice and red, so nice and brown. So anyway, this will be done here in about 2 more hours. You can see this heavy-breasted bird is really hanging down the legs, but the legs are still holding up. And as long as they stay connected from the skin, they should be fine. This turkey here should be done in 2 hours. Okay, my fire is a little high this moment, but normally has not been that high. There's a turkey up there, and it looks pretty good. Should be done here another hour, maybe an hour and a half at the most. They have had it on about 6 hours so far, maybe 5.5. But I don't have it insulated in here very well with wood. Wow, as the turkey shifts. You guys saw it too. The turkey's actually touching the flame. I gotta move it. Anyway, looking okay so far. As long as I move it right now before it burns anything. Because that would really suck. Okay. Let me have you put you on hold here. Show you how easy it is to move this. So now, the legs dig in pretty well, but usually you can just kind of shift it around. Reshape it a little bit. As you can see, the flames are not under the turkey at all. And put a little bit too much wood in here, and so I'm going to have the flames in here. You see how far away they are from the turkey, and they're just kind of smoking it and cooking it with the heat that's circulating inside this little teepee here, this little wigwam. So we'll see how this turns out here real soon. As you can see, it was really easy to move from the center position over to the left, and it leaves a lot of embers behind, a lot of dust. You can just scrape out the stove. I have been burning for 5 hours or so. It's about 10:30 right now, so over time you'll have to move stuff from the stove, but these ashes from the bottom here of the stove, move them out so you can get some more air circulating and get a better fire. I think I'll leave it out from under the turkey from now on. So you have about an hour or so to go. It's going okay. Could be going better. Could be going a little faster. It's taking a lot longer than I thought, but it is definitely working. It looks great. So I'll just probably beef up this fire a little bit and wrap it up here in an hour, and then bring it in the house and with the lights and show you how it's turned out. But this is how it's going so far. My little makeshift teepee wigwam, what do you want to call it? Makeshift mobile smokehouse. Alright, here's a turkey, and it still has a little bit longer to go. One of the ropes broke, so I used that stupid nylon cord instead of something that's decent. It should have worked, but anyway, here it is. It's not quite done. I'm going to re-rope it and then throw it back on. There is no proof that turkey ever existed. My son was heading out to work, and he took a big section of the breast meat And then just like the last video where Linda picked off a big ass chunk of the chicken wing, the turkey wing that I cooked in the smoker, same thing happened there. So by the time I went to go pull it off, after it had been, you know, and I was keeping an eye on it, but I wasn't watching the turkey because it's stuffed up underneath. By the time I went to pull it off, when it was done, 8-9 hours later, because it was longer than 6, it actually took a little bit longer to cook, that thing looked like fucking piranhas attacked it.
It was good.
Thanks. So anyway, come to turn out, it was pretty good, and it did not make the final cut in the video, unfortunately. But this is what I wanted to show you. This is the pocket cooker stove I got from Lowbuck Prepper, and I have a flashlight here. And I just want to show you real quick. This thing is in perfect shape. It is not warped. It is not bent. Yeah, it looks a little beat up. It's got some juice and stuff on it, you know. It looks a little, you know, a little worse for wear, but it is flawless. It didn't warp, it didn't shape, it didn't crack, it didn't do anything. And this was on the fire, continuous fire, for about 9 hours. So this is one tough stove. Check it out, and if Lowbuck Prepper has a review on his website, please go check it out, because this is a bad little dude right here. And if you get a chance, everyone should get one. Thanks, Lowbuck.